This is Mike Mendivil. This is my video presentation of zero-based budgeting for Accounting 5311, Dr. Huerta's class. Zero-based budgeting was an idea invented by Peter Payer of Texas Instruments in 1973. Each year he prepared his budgets as if last year's figures had not existed. Every assumption and activity had to be rethought from scratch and then justified for the new budget. Let's first take a look at the way traditional budgets were put together. Traditionally, a budget was drawn up on the basis of the previous year's budget. To each line item or activity, managers would add a certain percentage, usually influenced by the rate of inflation or the company's strategy. For many managers, this was not an ideal way to allocate the company's scarce financial resources. It encouraged managers to focus on the cost increases from year to year rather than on the underlying costs themselves. It also did not take into account the changes in the environment and the market in which the company operated in. So let's take a look at zero-based budgeting. Zero-based budgeting is a method in which all expenses must be justified anew in the period which it is being considered. All needs and costs are analyzed for the activities performed in that time period. The budget is then built around what is needed for the upcoming period regardless of whether the budget is higher or lower than the previous one. ZBB allows for top-level strategic goals to be implemented in the budgeting process by tying them to specific functional areas of the organization, where costs can be first grouped and measured against previous results and current applications. This also allows managers to identify Here's a diagram that shows the differences between zero-based budgeting and the traditional budgeting model. A basic requirement of zero-based budgeting is that managers prepare their budget for the cost of running their operations at the lowest possible level. They are then required to calculate the cost and benefits of making a particular business decision that will lead to an incremental increase from that level. Breaking the budget down into different decision packages in this way makes it easier for senior managers to make choices among competing claims on scarce financial resources. In the traditional model, business unit managers would look at last year's budget, apply its incremental increase or decrease, and so what are the pros and cons of zero-based budgeting? Some of the pros is that it allows for efficient allocation of financial funds. It also controls the entitlement mentality that most managers carry over on pet projects, and it allows for the ongoing operations of projects to be funded correctly. It also eliminates ineffective and counterproductive activities and also updates any of those activities to current market standards. It also drives managers to be informed on market developments and evaluate current processes. And it allows for meaningful discussions about budgets by all managers and at all levels, particularly senior management. Some of the cons are that it's very difficult to implement. With large loads of data to be analyzed, this can be very time-consuming, especially if you're in a large organization where multiple alternative budget packages need to be developed. Plus, it is easily influenced by internal politics amongst managers. And one of the final cons. That concludes my presentation on zero-based budgeting. Here's a list of references that were used in producing this video. Thank you very much.